Held under the theme Sustainably Delivering Today, Shaping Tomorrow, CoalSave 2025 delivered a powerful message for South Africa's coal mining industry, emphasizing both current operational responsibility and long-term sustainability. Mining Review Africa attended the event to bring you the key insights and updates you need to stay informed.
CoalTech is an association that was put together by the mining sector, government, as well as the CSIR about 26 years ago to help the coal mining sector with sustainability and safety-related aspects. And we do that through research, development, and innovation that looks at whatever are the most pressing issues in our sector to ensure that whatever we do, we remain sustainable, we remain competitive, and that our operations remain as safe as possible. So that's who we are, and we do this research through 4 research focus areas: your mining, coal processing, surface environment, as well as the newly launched Future Technologies Steering Committee, where we look at anything from the application of AI in coal to climate change, rehabilitation aspects, as well as mine closure. Currently, we have over 22 projects that cut across the 4 areas that I've mentioned. So we're here to support the sector. Think of it as crowd-funded research that supports the viability of the sector. The industry benefits by making sure that our processes and practices are at the very cutting edge of technology. We also benefit the industry by developing, in some instances, guidelines that inform how we go about or how we carry about different things, from, again, rehabilitation to coal processing to how we can use water in ways that are sustainable. So the benefit for our members is quite direct. You can sit on your own and try and figure out a problem, or you can form part of the CoalTech community and know that the problem you're facing today is potentially a problem that we solved 10 years ago. So just by being part of the community that relies on science to advance research and development, you know that you are at the very cutting edge of where technology is across the sector. And we know we compare quite favorably globally. CoalTech is one of the oldest associations anywhere in the world, not only in South Africa. So you benefit by association, you benefit by getting the benefits of the research outcomes that we put forward. If you go on our website, you'll get up to 170 reports that we've compiled over the 25 years on any topic you can think of. If research can help solve a problem in the sector, then CoalTech is that association that's there to drive the application of that research.
I think for us, we look at both health and safety through the mining sector. Our goal is zero harm. Last year was the safest year on record. So we were sharing this at this conference to say we have not yet arrived because people are still losing their lives. We're still having occupational diseases and also injuries. So broadly, the challenges that we are facing on health and safety in the sector, mainly specifically in the coal sector, is the issue of exposure to dust, which we're still dealing with, which also affect and can lead to occupational diseases, right? And exposure to noise is still a big issue for us because then it will lead to noise-induced hearing loss. Now, in terms of safety, we are still having accidents, what we call repeats, on fall of ground, transport, and a general type of accidents, which leads to fatalities. So we are also working together with the sector to deal with that issue. Another thing that we're emphasizing is that the sector must not only look at the technical issues that have to do with health and safety, but they must look broader: culture, behavior, and change management. Because we've seen that if change is not properly managed, then it will lead to loss of life, right? With communities, one of the biggest challenges that we are facing with the coal mines is blasting complaints. In other words, the blasting proximity to where people stay, right? We came up with a guideline to assist the sector in working together with the communities to prevent the challenges that are there. So there's various measures that we are implementing as a department in collaboration with the organized labor in collaboration with the employers in the sector. So we have an entity called the Mining Health and Safety Council, where the three stakeholders come together and say, what are the health and safety challenges broadly? And we have research programs, we have legislation programs, we have the milestones that we've agreed last year on. We had the Health and Safety Tripartite Summit, which agreed on milestones. Those milestones had to do with the elimination of fatalities, injuries, and occupational diseases, women in mining, because we're still having complaints regarding sexual harassment, GBVF issues, change houses, ablution facilities, women PPE that does not actually fit. So it's something that we have a program on. Another issue is mental health and uncommunicable diseases, which we believe if we don't focus better on it, we won't achieve zero harm. So we've come up with programs to deal with it. Now, on the departmental front, obviously we monitor compliance, but we don't monitor only compliance through inspections and audits. We're engaged with CEOs, we're engaged with organized labor, we're engaged with managers, so that we have clear and interventions that are aligned to the milestones that are referred to.
Mental health, in the whole world was not seen as a priority. But I think everyone now has realized that, if people are not well, their mental health is not in the best frame, then you will actually end up with a lot of challenges. So globally, including us, in the mining industry now, we actually check and we monitor the screening for mental health. So we have a number of diseases that we screen for. It's like TB, blood pressure. Mental health is one of them. We have companies have tools they use, like questionnaires, which assess your mental health so that you are then able to refer people early, rather than, there's a suicide and there's nothing you can do, or someone has a mental disorder. We look at how do you intervene early, recognize this person is under stress, you refer them, and something can be done. So it is a priority now, and it's increasing. The prioritization of mental health is increasing because people can also see the link between mental health and safety. Because if people are not in a good state of mind, they can have accidents. So it's very important for us. Technology is the future. Let me just start there. For instance, if you have got a labor-intensive industry, then people have got more chances of being exposed to injuries, to diseases in the form of, let's say, dust, for instance. Whereas if you had mechanization, because I'll also put mechanization into technology, where if you are using a machine, then you are taking out people. And yes, we need to look for what do we do, in terms of jobs for these people. But certainly, when you use a machine, then you have far less people that are exposed, and it is good, for people's health. Technology, again, right now we've got things like, these wearables, where they can check your heart rate, your blood pressure, your blood sugar. And so there is a lot of potential for us to use technology to improve health. So all in all, technology is good. And we just need to see how we can apply it best, to improve our health.